Hey everyone, and welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're zeroing in on a really impactful little update in Claude Code version 2.1.207. Honestly, it's a change that's going to make a lot of you DevOps engineers out there very, very happy. We're talking about the auto mode default shift. So, if you're out there building, testing, or deploying AI integrations, this is absolutely one you need on your radar. Let's just jump right in.
Right off the bat, I've got a question that I know is going to hit home for the tech leads and automation folks tuning in. Are you just completely tired of juggling environment variables in your deployment pipelines? I mean, picture this, right? It's 5 p.m. on a Friday, your automated deployment just tanks, and you spend the next hour pulling your hair out only to realize you missed one obscure tiny environment flag buried deep in some massive 500-line YAML file. It feels like every new feature just adds another potential breaking point. It's literally the definition of configuration friction, and it severely slows down the actual work of building great software. Well, Anthropic has clearly been paying attention to this exact headache with their latest release.
Okay, Section 1, Understanding Auto Mode. We're going to look at what it is and exactly how it worked before this update.
So, just to quickly set our baseline here, Auto Mode is this incredibly powerful feature baked right into Claude Code, totally designed to streamline your operations. But prior to version 2.1.207, getting it to actually run in your pipelines, it wasn't exactly a seamless experience. You literally had to explicitly set a specific environment variable just to turn the thing on. And we all know what that means. Extra manual configuration steps every single time you spin up a new environment. You're diving into server configs, tweaking deployment scripts, and modifying your CI/CD pipeline just to get auto mode to even wake up. It was your classic opt-in hurdle. And as any DevOps pro will tell you, every manual step you're forced to take is just another potential point of failure. It's a massive roadblock to true automated scalability.
Moving on to Section 2, the default switch. This is all about how this update removes that configuration friction.
The before and after on this one is super simple, but man, is it powerful for your day-to-day. So previously, you had to explicitly declare Claude_Code_enable auto mode absolutely everywhere you wanted the feature to run. It was clunky, repetitive, and let's be honest, ridiculously easy to forget during a complex migration. But now, in 2.1.207, it's active by default. Zero environment variables needed whatsoever. They have completely ripped out that opt-in requirement. And hey, here's the best part for those of you managing legacy systems. If you still have that old long flag floating around in your pipelines, don't panic. It won't break anything. Your workflow is still going to function perfectly fine. You just don't need the flag anymore, which means you've got the green light to go ahead and clean up that technical debt whenever you're ready.
This change really highlights Anthropic's whole engineering philosophy here. If you look at the release notes, they actually call this a graduation of sorts for the feature. And that makes total sense, right? Hiding a new tool behind a strict opt-in flag is a super common, necessary pattern when you're still validating things out in the wild. You want developers to consciously choose to test it out. But by ripping out that flag and flipping the default to on, they're sending a crystal clear signal. Auto mode has passed its real-world validation. It's earned that developer trust. It is fully baked, incredibly stable, and absolutely ready for general widespread use across your enterprise systems.
Now, we do need to be precise about exactly where this takes effect, because this graduation to default status doesn't just blanket every single environment under the sun quite yet. This specific update, meaning removing that environment variable requirement entirely, currently applies to 3 major enterprise cloud platforms. So if you're running Claude Code on Amazon Bedrock, Google Vertex AI, or Foundry, auto mode is now seamlessly active right out of the box. Absolutely no extra configuration required to get it up and running on those specific infrastructures.
All right, Section 3, Taking Control. Let's look at how you can easily opt out of this new default, because we know flexibility is key in enterprise tech.
We all know not every team operates the exact same way. Maybe you've got highly specific use cases, like strict compliance requirements, rigorous testing protocols, or a tightly controlled legacy app where you need absolute, predictable, manual control over Claude Code's behavior. You just don't want auto mode running on its own. Well, if you're in that boat and you need to revert the behavior, the process is incredibly straightforward, literally just 2 simple steps. Step 1, open your Claude Code settings file. Step 2, set the disable auto mode toggle. That is literally it, the whole shebang. It's a clean, settings-level switch. You are now completely freed from the old days of juggling messy, system-wide environment variables just to rein in this one localized feature.
Section 4, the bottom line.
Let's wrap this up and focus on frictionless scaling.
So here is the crucial takeaway. Yes, technically speaking, this is a very small configuration change. We're literally talking about deleting a single line of environment setup. But the macro impact on your operational velocity, it's huge. You get fewer environment variables to maintain across your entire organization, which directly translates to a significantly reduced surface area for deployment bugs. You get far more consistent defaults across your tech stack, and ultimately, you get a much cleaner, faster setup experience across Amazon Bedrock, Google Vertex AI, and Foundry. For teams trying to deploy AI tooling like Claude Code at a true enterprise scale, every single reduction in friction matters. This is just a massive win for smooth, predictable operations.
If you want to dive deeper into the documentation, master these specific integrations, or just see exactly how to implement these updates within your own pipelines, you've got to check out ClaudeMaster.net. It has the full Claude Code manual and a ton of great, plain English breakdowns. It's honestly a fantastic resource to help you stay ahead of the curve on all these rapid technical shifts.
All right, as we close out today's explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. How will this reduction in configuration friction actually change the way your team scales AI deployment? Seriously, think about it. When AI tools stop being about managing tedious setup scripts and start being about instant, out-of-the-box integration, the speed of your innovation just skyrockets. Imagine how seamless, intelligent defaults like this could completely streamline your very next big development sprint. Thanks for joining me.